everyone, and welcome to FranTastic InSights. I love sharing this insight information with you from some of the coolest entrepreneurs with the most innovative opportunities, and we certainly have one with us today. My name is Joan Winchester, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Franchise Expansion for FranServe. FranServe is the world's largest franchise consulting organization, and what we do, quite simply, is we change people's lives through franchise ownership. And we do that because we work with incredible franchisors and franchise consultants who help their candidates explore great opportunities. So today I'm super excited to have a hot emerging brand with us, Cheech Chong's Apothicaria. And we are so fortunate because to have with us, we have Andrew Brandt, and Andrew is the Chief Development Officer of Cheech Chong. So welcome to FranTastic InSights, Andrew.
Hi, Joan. Thanks for having me on.
So before we get started, I know that you're an entrepreneur and have been involved in many things. Can you share with our audience a little bit about your background and
Sure.
how you came to be Chief Development Officer at Cheech Chong's?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Joan. So I started my career off in franchising with a brand called Red Mango. It was a frozen yogurt smoothie concept that I was able to help grow from about 40 locations. So I think we landed around 800 locations after about 7 years. So I had experience with a up and coming franchise that was a startup similar to what we're doing right now. I also have worked for other franchisors, including Luxottica. I was over Pearl Vision regionally for them, and have over 15 years of franchising experience. From that experience, I ended up becoming an independent consultant to people that wanted to start a business, grow a business, franchise a business. And I picked up a CBD up and coming franchise called CBD Pros USA and helped them develop a franchising program around that. We then created Dreams Brands under CBD Pros, and we ended up securing the franchising rights for a new brand called Cheech Chong's Apothicaria. Yeah.
Wow, it's a great lineage to how you landed at Cheech Chong's. So can you tell us about the differentiators? I mean, there are cannabis franchises out there, and certainly having the Cheech Chong iconic brand name behind you is one differentiator I can think of. But can you share with us some other differentiators as you see it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one, it is a low cost of entry to get into one of these things. We're looking $150,000, $175,000 all in to open up one of these things. So one, it's affordable, and two, it has the ability to be passive, which is extremely unique. Not only in the cannabis space, but just in franchising in general. We have management company. We have the ability to manage these stores for franchisees without them having to do anything. We do charge $2,000 a month, but we do everything: the hiring, firing, training, inventory, taxes, everything. So it does become a passive option. They still do have the opportunity to be an owner operator if they choose to be so, but allowing them to have that passive model is something that makes us extremely unique.
Yeah, it sure is. Everybody loves the opportunity to have something passive, and there's not that many opportunities out there for them to do it. So that's a great differentiator. Thank you for sharing that with us. So can you tell our audience a little bit about the ideal candidate that would be a Cheech and Chong franchise owner?
Well, the ideal candidate for us is actually very broad because of that passive option. So when it comes to somebody being an owner operator, yeah, we do take into account, like, what are their operations experience? What kind of training are we going to have to give to these guys to make sure that they are successful? But with the ability to have it be a passive opportunity, it opens it up to so many more people, really the world.
Wow, and that was actually my next question. What areas are you looking for growth and expansion
So
at
we
this
are
point?
We are looking domestically across the United States. This is a brand that is federally compliant. We carry about 800 different SKUs, 800 different products in our warehouse and distribution. But what we will do is tailor the products that are legal to be sold in every single state. So really, we can go into any state. The only two states that I can think of that have rules that are not conducive for us to go into right now are California and Idaho. But other than that, the US is wide open. We are also looking for international opportunities, so that's open as well.
Great. How about veterans? Are veterans good candidates for you?
Absolutely. We actually strategically have 4 locations right outside of military bases because our products really do work for our veterans. So we've always geared our conversations towards veterans because these products really do work for them. So yeah, absolutely. Veterans more than welcome. These products help them more than anybody, really.
Mhm. Very cool. Very cool. So how about the amount of training involved and the ramp up to get started?
Sure, sure. So the training aspect of it, we do provide in-house training in our corporate locations. We will also go to your location and help you open your store, provide initial staff training and opening training. We are all about education. So we are providing training to our franchisees and to our sales team across the whole brand on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis. We are always educating. We actually focus on education, not selling. So even when we're training our staff or our franchisees, we are gearing them up to be able to have top level conversations about what products we sell and how they work for them and their family and their pets and so on. But education is a huge piece and it never stops in this industry.
Great. And the second part of the question was the ramp up. Like, suppose today I sign a franchise agreement to become a Cheech Chong franchisee. How long
Sure.
until I can be open?
That's a great question. So really, it's twofold. Really, finding the location is the only variable that I cannot give you an estimate of how long that will take. Right. So location, that matters. So we put a lot of effort and emphasis on finding you that right location and approving that location and making sure it's going to be long term for you. But once you do find that location, we secure it. We help you negotiate the lease. Now it's time to start the build out. Really, the longest period of time of getting these stores open, it's 4 to 8 weeks, but it's really dependent on the signage. That's the longest period of time is getting your sign created with everything. So really, it's 4 to 8 weeks once we secure the location.
Gotcha. And that certainly makes sense
Mhm.
today. Thank you for the information, Andrew. At FranServe, we love franchising, right? In fact, we actually trademarked our tagline, franchising is our superpower. I mean, what can be more rewarding, right, than helping people change their lives through franchise ownership? And certainly we do that. But so do you by helping people become their own boss. And many people, don't know how to get started or how to do that. But with a brand like Cheech and Chong, you make it reality with the training and the support. So, can you tell our audience just a little bit about the lifestyle of a franchisee and what that looks like?
Yeah, well, again, it's really dependent on if we're managing it or if they're managing it. If we're managing it, their lifestyle can continue to be whatever they want it to be because they don't have the responsibilities of running the store. We would take on that action. Really, our passive franchisees can be involved as little or as much as they want to be. If they specialize in something, maybe they're a professional in marketing and they want to have their piece in that, or they want to be chamber of commerce, local marketing, and so on. We will happily involve them in as whatever they would like to be. As far as an owner operator goes, we're going to set you up for success. We'll train you on how to hire your employees, how to train them, how to operate the store successfully. and you will actually have a franchise business consultant that will be your go-to as far as for day-to-day operational needs and support. So our franchisees, as far as running these stores, it's actually a very simple operation. We're dealing with 800 SKUs. They have a long shelf life. So you're not having to worry about daily expirations and all that kind of stuff. We have systems in place to make sure that you don't have to worry about that long term. So it's really just learn the program and operate it as we show you how to do it. And we've had a very successful run at this.
Wow. It sounds like you are really contributing in a really rewarding way to new franchisees and their lifestyle. So that's pretty stinking cool, that passive and then the training and the support. So thanks again, Andrew, for being with us. Any last ideas or any insight you'd like to share with our audience before we wrap up today?
Something that I didn't hit on, but it's an obvious differentiating factor, but it's really like what sets us apart from all the CBD stores that are out there, all the smoke shops that are out there. Like really what makes us different. One, it's our people. Two, it's our products. They work. It's our processes that we put in place, and then it's locations. We make sure that we give you, a premium location. We want to be where Starbucks and Chick-fil-A wants to go. So we are really big on locations, but really that biggest differentiating factor is the fact that we have brand recognition. You guys, most of you have probably recognized the sweatshirt, right? You will see a huge differentiating factor with us and all the other brands in the world, because we're the only ones that actually have real brand recognition, brand power. And so if somebody's wanting to get into this space, there is nothing in the world like what we have as far as an opportunity. So with that, Joan, that's really our biggest differentiating factor is recognition. These guys have spent over 50 years of developing trust in the communities. When people come to us, they're already recognizing us and they're already trusting us. And then we just have to execute as we know how to do, and it will absolutely be a success.
Great opportunity. Thanks so much, Andrew, for being with us today. And thanks to our audience for participating in this FranTastic Insights. So once again, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Joan.